All right, let's jump right in. You know, deep inside your mind, there's this incredibly powerful kind of hidden mechanism that is literally shaping your reality every single second. Think of it like a secret radar. And today, we're going to pull back the curtain and show you exactly how it works, and more importantly, how you can get in the driver's seat. Have you ever had one of those weeks, or maybe even one of those years, where you just feel completely stuck in a loop? You know, one problem pops up and then boom, another one, and another one after that. It seriously feels like you're a magnet for bad luck. Well, what if I called you it has absolutely nothing to do with luck and everything to do with how your mind is wired to work? And this brings us to this amazing concept our source material calls the mind radar. Now, this isn't just a metaphor. It's closely related to a real part of your brain that acts like a filter for all the information hitting you. But the radar analogy is perfect. It's a mental scanner, and whatever you consistently point it at, whether it's good stuff or bad stuff, it locks on like a missile and starts searching for more of the exact same thing. That's why that negative loop can feel so real and so impossible to break. So check this out. Your mind's radar can really only be tuned to one of two very, very different frequencies, and whichever one you're on has this massive, massive impact on the world you see, the ideas that pop into your head, and the opportunities that seem to just appear out of nowhere. Let's break down what that actually looks like. I mean, just look at the difference here. It's night and day, right? On the left, you've got a radar tuned to negative. It just pulls in problems and stress. If you're a student trying to study, it's going to bombard you with ideas like, hey, go check social media, or you should probably watch that new movie. It makes every single goal feel like this huge uphill battle. But then, look at the right side, a radar tuned to positive. It's actively scanning for opportunities and solutions. It feeds you helpful, focused ideas and makes reaching your goals feel almost, well, effortless and even fun. Okay, so let's talk about a really common trap. There's this piece of advice that we hear all the time, and it can actually sabotage you by keeping your radar locked firmly on that negative frequency, and you might not even realize it's happening. You've heard it a million times, I'm sure. Be realistic. Our source points this out as a super powerful piece of cultural advice, especially in certain parts of the world. And it sounds so wise, doesn't it? So grounded. But what message is that really sending to your mind's radar? Yeah, let's unpack this a bit. Because when people say be realistic, they usually are talking about seeing reality clearly. They're often saying something else entirely. They're saying the world is hard, the future is probably going to suck, life is mostly suffering, so don't get too happy or hopeful, and you should definitely expect problems around every corner. You see, the phrase itself tunes your radar to scan for threats, for limitations, for all the reasons something won't work, instead of looking for opportunities. So what if your radar is stuck on the wrong channel? How in the world do you change it? Well, the great news is it is absolutely not permanent. You can consciously retune it, and the process is actually pretty straightforward. And it all starts with one key number, and here it is. The number is 19. According to our source material, that's the magic number. The whole idea is that it takes about 19 days in a row, so just under 3 weeks of consistent conscious effort to recalibrate your radar and lock it on to a new positive frequency. It's not going to happen overnight, but it's a clear, totally achievable goal. So how do you actually do it for those 19 days? Well, it's a simple 4-step plan. First, you have to choose your focus. I mean, make a real deliberate decision that you're going to look for the good in every single situation, no matter what. Second, curate your input. This one is huge. Be super intentional about what you let into your brain. Only consume content, videos, books, podcasts, even conversations that is positive and inspiring. Third, practice gratitude. Actively look for and acknowledge the good you already have and the good you see in other people. And finally, the most important part, you have to be consistent. You've got to commit to this for at least those 19 days to really make it stick. Okay, now it's really, really important we clear something up. This is not magic. This isn't about wishing for things and then poof, they just appear out of thin air. we need to get practical about how this whole thing actually works in the real world. Just to be perfectly clear, following these steps will not make money magically fall from the sky while you're chilling on the couch. That is a huge misconception. The real power here is so much more tangible and honestly, so much more useful than that. So when we use the word attraction here, we're talking about something very specific. It's the process of tuning your perception. You're training your brain to finally notice the valuable ideas and the golden opportunities that were actually there all along. They were just invisible to you because your radar was pointed at all the negative stuff. All of a sudden, you start seeing solutions where you used to only see problems. This right here is the whole equation, and you have to get all three parts. It's simple. First, you have to tune the radar with your consistent focus. Second, your newly tuned radar does its job. It finds the opportunities and generates the ideas. But that third step, it's completely non-negotiable. You have to take action. The radar can show you a dozen open doors, but you're still the one who has to get up and walk through them. So what does this all boil down to for you right here, right now? It means you are in control. You are the operator of your mind's radar. The direction it points isn't set by your circumstances or by fate. It's set by you, by what you choose to focus on day in and day out. In the end, it all comes down to a simple choice that you get to make every single day, every single moment, really. Are you going to scan for the problems, the roadblocks, and all the negative stuff? Or are you going to consciously tune your frequency to search for the opportunities, the solutions, and all the good that is definitely all around you? The choice is 100% yours. So the only question left is, which direction are you going to point your radar today?